Hey guys, if you like the content, please be sure to like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Hey, what's up everybody? Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're doing a little deck tech for a red-white burn deck. I've done 40 Born of the Gods drafts, so I figured it was about time to call it quits until Journey into Nyx comes out. In the meantime, I'm going to try and put up some standard events. I'm going to jump into a 5-3-2-2 with this deck, but I've been running this at F&M for months now. It's been very successful for me there. I'm hoping it can be as successful online, but let's talk about the deck real quick. I haven't shifted it in a couple weeks now in real life. I don't know how this one stacks up to the online meta, but I made some main deck and sideboard changes based on some top 8 burn lists that I saw that I liked. I liked some of their tech. So originally, a few weeks ago, I was running only 2 Chain to the Rocks, but I just like having all the outs for Desecration Demon and Polykranos and, obviously Master of Waves, and just there's so much good stuff that Chain to the Rocks deals with. However, there are some big threats that are played that Chain to the Rocks does not deal with, like Blood Baron of Vizkopa, Obsidat, Stormbreath Dragon. So you have to be conscious of that. But Chain to the Rocks is a great card, very essential for this deck to, make it to the mid to late game where it can top deck very well and win games. It's a one-of shock main deck, which might seem strange, and it is strange, I admit. But it's nice. It's nice to have it. I've had it in my opener a couple times where I'm happy I have my one-of shock. Otherwise, it is kind of an odd one-of. I could see easily doing Chandra. Pyromaster? Yeah, the one that exiles the top of your deck and then you can play it that turn. I could see that as a solid one-of over the shock, but who knows? I don't know how. Maybe the one-of shock will be better online. This deck really only needs about 4 lands. Maxes out at 4. It's where so you can cast your Helix or a couple burn spells in one turn. But you never really want to see more than 4 lands. You're good at that number. It's just a bunch of burn, so it's very interactive. I like it, like to your opponent's creatures. It's very interactive, so it's nice to always be able to burn the pack rat, always be able to kill the Elvish Mystic. Searing Blood is just such a phenomenal card in this deck. It's nice to, even against playing against control, if they drop the Elspeth, they have to be conscious of your Searing Bloods, and sometimes they forget, and then this just finishes them off. You just do it on a token. So this deck's really cool. I like it a lot. 8 creatures is kind of deceptive because it's Ash Zealots and Chandra's Phoenix. Phoenix is typically coming back all the time. And there's also Mutavaults in here, so it's really like 12 creatures. Obviously, this is not a very creature-oriented deck. The main deck is good in most of the environment that I'm aware of. A lot of mono black is played, and that has a decent matchup against this because you have to be wary of the ones that are running Blood Baron and Obsidat and stuff like that, or Whip of Erebus. But Naya Hexproof, which is kind of a fringe deck, is phenomenal against us. So that's one you have to be really conscious of, and I'll show you a little sideboard tech I have for that because it's such a bad matchup, I think. But other than that, I love the how this deck stacks up in the control matches. I feel very good in those. You get to leave up 2 mana for Skullcrack, whereas they have to, they want to tap out to do their Sphinx's Revelation, whereas you only have to leave up 2 for Skullcracks. You also get to burn them on their turn, so you get to force the counters on their turn. I like how this deck performs against control. I think it has a favorable match. I like how it performs against mono blue. I think it's slightly favored towards us. Even, the white-blue version that's got the detention spheres, it's not that big of a deal. Really, they can only hit the Chain to the Rocks, Chandra's Phoenix, and Ash Zealots in the deck. Hitting the Chain to the Rocks can be the most detrimental if you've already hit a couple Master Waves. So I'll talk about that in the sideboard tech as well. But other than that, I like this deck in the meta a lot. Performs well. It's right up my alley. Let's talk about sideboard. Okay. So Vyashno First Blades and Fire Drinker Satyrs are for the control match. It's just more threats, and Satyrs really shine in that match. Because they're forced to leave in verdicts and spot removal, while simultaneously they want to have negates and dissolves and syncopates and stuff for your burn. So I just like the diversity and threat in the control match, and then we easily can just drop the Chain to the Rocks and the Searing Bloods. And I typically bring in the First Blades and Fire Drinker Satyrs, and perhaps one of Keening Apparition and maybe a Blind Obedience, or maybe even 2 Keening Apparitions, just for more threats plus ways to get rid of Detention Sphere if they've hit like a couple Ash Zealots or a couple Chandra's Phoenixes or something. Renounce the Guilds and Mizium Mortars are primarily for Blood Baron of Vizkopa. Renounce the Guilds has the added benefit of being able to take Obzedat out, which is something that's otherwise this deck has a very difficult time doing. So I really like the Renounce the Guilds tech for Obzedat shenanigans. Being able to take out Obzedat is just huge. Theoretically, it's playable against Hexproof since you can make them sacrifice Voice of Resurgence or Unflinching Courage, but I don't really like it all that much in that match. Blind Obedience is for the mirror match. It's just, you know, everything. All the creatures are haste, and getting the extort triggers can be devastating, absolutely devastating. Getting just it a couple times can be totally game-changing. And then the Keening Apparitions. So I thought it was really cool when I saw this in a sideboard, because I had formerly been doing Wear and Tear for the same thing. I think Keening Apparition is a much better performer. What I like about it is it's a threat, so it comes down, it's a bear. In the right matches, that can be really nice. But stopping Whip of Erebus is huge, and stopping the Unflinching Courage is also huge. Wear and Tear, like I said, also did that, but the problem was in the Hexproof match, you want to cast, you obviously want to cast, which side is it, the Wear or the Tear? Whatever side destroys the enchantment. You want to cast that on their turn because it's instant, but because they're running Voice of Resurgence, when they cast their Unflinching Courage, you inadvertently end up giving them a elemental token. So the benefit of Keening Apparition in that match is you drop it, then they can attack. If they Unflinching Courage and attack, you get to block something as well as get rid of the Unflinching Courage. So I do like the Keening Apparition tech. I think it's good. And like I said, it's also randomly good against the Detention Spheres, because sometimes those can be a blowout on a couple Chain to the Rocks. But all right, so that's the deck tech for it. And yeah, we're going to be jumping into 5-3-2-2, so I'll see you in a little bit.